Hey, how's it going, guys? I fear it's been a bit since I've done a longsword build video. So I'm going to show you on the two builds that I primarily use most often today. Alright, so for this build video, I'm going to do this starting off with no food buffs or anything, so you can see the base stats. Alright. And there's two that I primarily use right now. I use this one called, the one I title is General. I use this one for most instances, and I got one for dealing with Valhazak. I have, as you can tell, a lot of different builds, but these are my main go-to. Alrighty, so I'm going to show you the one I use for most occasions, called the General build. Alright, so for this build, it has a attack level 4, stun resistance 3, crit boost 3, weakness exploit 3, handicraft 3, maximum might 3, tool specialist 2, and protective polish. The armor piece I use is Nergate helmet alpha, Kol Toroth chest piece beta, Tuestra gloves beta, Lunestra waist beta, and Date's leather boots alpha. For this build, you'll need 3 attack jewels, which I know, royal pain. Took me 500 hours to get my second one, and by second I mean first non-free one. You'll need 2 crit boost jewels, and one mighty jewel, and 1 protective polish jewel. Alright, so just some information. I like to have stun resistance level 3, and makes it so usually the only time I would die in a monster fight is whenever I get stunned, because you're just sitting there with stars over your head and your cat's looking at you, doing nothing about it, and then you get, pummeled by the monster. Against monsters like Tuestra and Lunestra, highly recommend this, since a lot of their moves are very fast, and they just keep stagger locking you, and eventually it stuns you. Let's see. Tool Specialist level 2, this comes with the Empress waist here, the Lunestra waist. This just reduces the cooldown of your specialty tools, such as Rock-Setting Mantle and the Affinity Booster. Having it at level 2 reduces the cooldown by 20 seconds. So for instance, for Rock-Setting, you have a cooldown of 300 seconds. This reduces the cooldown by a minute by having it as level 2. Alright, so the other build that I use is for Valhazak, which is pretty pertinent right now because of the arch-tempered version of him. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I use Handicraft Charm for both of these builds, just FYI, and I also use the Devil Joe Longsword with the augments of Health Regen and Affinity. So, the difference between the Valhazak build and my general build is actually primarily the waist and the jewels used. So, as you can tell, the skills that I have are almost identical. The difference is the level 3 Effluvia resistance, which I can get because of the Valhazak waist. Not so much that the Valhazak waist has Effluvia resistance, but more so about the fact that it has 2 level 1 slots in conjunction with a level 2 slot. So, this allows me to still have my attack level 4, crit boost 3, weakness exploit 3, so on and so forth. The other difference between this and my general build is that my maximum might is only level 2 rather than level 3, unfortunately. However, you do get recovery speed level 2, which increases your the rate for which you recover health in the red bar by triple the amount. And it gives you a dragon attack level 1, which is beneficial, because Valhazak has is really weak against dragon damage. And but unfortunately you only have stun resistance level 2. Not so much of a big deal with Valhazak. He's really bursty. He doesn't stagger lock you like Lunestra or Tuestra was, so it's not as necessary. Alright, so I'm going to show you what the kind of numbers this build produces. So I'm going to eat the food to give me attack up large. And then I'm going to go into the training area. Alright, for this demonstration, I got my Spirit Gauge to red. I've used a Mega Demon Drug, Might Seed, and a Demon Powder. So, my Overhead Slash is going to be 134. And then my Hump Splitter is going to be 145 for initial hit. And then 135 per tick going down. There's no difference between damage between my general build and the Valhazak build. When it comes to the specialty tools you use, solo I do Evasion Mantle and Affinity Booster, but if I'm playing with friends or randoms, then I'll use a Temporal and Evasion Mantle. Reason being is because I'm going to be more geared for survivability, because when you're playing solo, the game is much easier. Monsters have less health, and they can get staggered much easier. So when you go multiplayer, it takes a lot more damage to get them to stagger, and the monster's a lot more health. So I like to be prepared to survive as long as possible. Alright, and when it comes to stats, here, let me show you what that looks like real fast. I'm gonna rebuff with these two. Okay, so you're looking at 1185 for your attack value, and you're looking at 20% affinity when attacking a non-weak spot. When you're attacking a weak spot, it's going to be a 70% affinity, and if you have an affinity booster down, 70% now becomes your crit chance for non-weak spots, and when you're hitting a weak spot, it's going to be a 100% chance to crit. So, like I said, the difference between this and the Valhazak build is just going to be a 10% difference in affinity, because my general build has might, maximum might level 3 rather than level 2. And yeah, I think that's about everything. Do you guys have any additional comments or additional questions? Just comment below, and I hope you guys have a good day. Take care.